Okay, YouTube. Here is the draft that I 3-0'd. Um, Basically just gonna let it play. I'm not gonna do a whole lot of analysis, except to state something that I have noticed as I've watched this. It's not that I had more removal than people, because I don't think I did. I think I passed a fair amount of removal on the table. I think I just used mine more effectively, and I got more value out of mine than other people did. This opponent, unfortunately, didn't really um, put up a fight. If he had continued from here, he had one more turn, he might have been able to survive. But that was that. Okay, this is the second game against Creative Moth. And I kept a much slower hand, but where I was going to at the end of turn 4 was going to be much nastier than what he was doing, so I was perfectly content. Didn't want to pit fight Cloudfin Raptor, I didn't think I needed to yet, since I had the 5-1 and the 4-4 that I could use to remove just about anything he had. But he saw the Clan Defiance and just decided he'd had enough. Alright, so we're on to game 2. My next opponent actually put up a bit more fight, so this should be more fun to watch. And that was that game. This is my second opponent. Kept a moderate speeded hand, but I drew to some really nice cards this game, so it was fairly hopeless from the get-go. Especially when we started thinking about the removal that he had. As you can see, Ground Assault has been doing a lot of work for me already this draft. It was a great first pick. This game, I spent about a quarter of this game only being able to attack with Spire Tracer. I had to do it that way. It was 2 for 2, but I needed to do it that way because if I tried to mugging it, I could have sacked the Shadow Alley Denizen to the Aristocrat and saved it from the mugging, and then just chosen not to block. And then he could have waited until he cast the Thrall Parasite, which was a scary concept. I really like the idea, so avoided that. Do I really want to let him hit me with this flyer, or do I want to use a Gruul Charm? And I just decided to use a Gruul Charm. Couple of reasons. I didn't know what removal was still left in his deck, and I didn't want to risk running out of gas against him before I could get him really low. And I didn't want to give him the extra breathing room that the life gain would have given to him. This game too, I actually made a huge mistake here on turn 2. I clicked yield until end of turn, as you'll see at the very beginning of my turn, and I didn't manage to fix that, and I got really hurt by missing that land drop. I might have been able to pull something out if I hadn't missed it, but in the end it just ended up hurting me incredibly. And the bad intimidating contended on this, it actually really screwed me because I needed that for the Boros Reckoner, which I could cast, obviously. And then by this time, it's just too late. So I conceded the game and wanted to get on to the next one. Because I wasn't going to win here. I was going to take a minimum of 4 damage next turn, and I only had 3 life. Alright, this is the final game, and I keep a 2 in hand where I can only play one thing, because I know my deck, and I know that I'm running 17 land, and just getting 1 or 2 more land, and my deck is going to be flying. So I accept things the way they are. I decided to double block the Cartel Aristocrat simply because it's such a valuable card to him, and I don't want him getting full value from it. Now I should have cast Wild Reapy in his turn right here, but I didn't. I thought I might develop a clearer path if I kept it. I ended up making this game a little bit tighter by skipping it right here. Or, well, on the turn before. But that Clan Defiance, it stopped his energy. I got the land drops right here that I really wanted to see. I was able to really develop a clear pathway through. I was actually very surprised at the way he chose to do blocking. He had a Corpse Blockade that could block my Boros Elite indefinitely, and he could also make it into a death touching blockade that would just kill my Boros Reckoner, but he wouldn't, which I wasn't fully clear on why he didn't do that. He could have taken out my 2 large creatures and then just sat there chumping the Bomber Core until Kingdom Come. I don't know, it was just very, very interesting to me, the way he played this. I think the way he played this is the only reason I won. And that's the draft.